my name is Cherise Rendon. I am 17 years old. I go to the school of Silverton Collegiate Institute, and I am in the SHISM program, which stands for Specialist High Skills Major for Theater. I have always been a very big fan of the arts. Growing up, I never really did great in subjects like English and geography, but I shined and thrived in subjects art, vocal, and drama. I grew up singing in my church choir, so singing has always been a very big part of my life. As well as being Filipino, it's in my culture that when our families would hold gatherings, there would always be a karaoke machine somewhere in the room where we'd all gather together and sing. My family always called me a drama queen growing up because I'd always over-exaggerate my emotions and feelings, but looking back at that now, I know somewhere inside of that dramatic little girl is where my love for theater began. Other than acting and singing, I also enjoy fashion. I love experimenting with makeup and designing my own clothing. I actually took 2 fashion classes during my high school experience, and I learned all about the different kinds of fashion, including costuming, which leads me to my favorite type of theater, musical theater. It just seems inevitable that I'd find myself in love with musical theater since it includes singing, acting, and dancing. I feel as if musical theater just holds all of my favorite things to do in one, which is so great to have. I first found my love for theater in my middle school drama class. My teacher would talk about connecting our real-life emotions with our characters' emotions, and back at that time, I remember struggling opening up about my feelings, but in that drama class, I would be able to express all of those emotions without actually having to explain them. I've always been so connected to theater, and I've always admired how theater can bring a big group of different people together and merge into one, which is something I really want to be a part of, and is why I want to continue learning and growing and hopefully continue to spread the love and passion I have for theater. I believe that York's theater program is the perfect place to start with that. While I was reading the program description for theater, I read that in our first year, we get to take courses around all of the fields in theater. And unlike other schools, in our second year, we get to branch out into our most preferred area of study. This is what made me want to join York's program because I absolutely love the idea of being able to learn and connect with all the different types of areas in theater, such as lighting, stage management, and costuming. All of this and having the opportunity to meet new fellow theater lovers, bonding and growing together, but still being able to go into your own direction is such an amazing opportunity. I actually had some trouble during my application process and had to reach out for some help from the theater department, and the support system was so kind and helpful, which made me want to join York University all the more. I already know that the teachers that I would have would be so amazing, and it's really comforting to know that. I believe that theater plays a very important role in our society because it allows us to share our emotions without any shame. It allows you to throw all of those feelings that you keep bundled up inside out into one piece of work and express it in a character who feels the same way as you. Not only that, but theater connects you with others on a personal level. It creates new bonds and friendships that could last you a lifetime, which is why I feel that theater plays a big role in our society, especially now that we're in a pandemic. We've been so deprived of communication with the outside world, and theater is such a great way to connect with others and communicate with our surroundings, which is something I bet we've all been craving. A person who has really influenced my passion for theater would be my older sister, Keisha. I'm the middle child of 3 girls. My little sister, Raylene, actually had cancer when she was younger, and so my parents would spend a lot of time at the hospital. Keisha would have to take care of me on her own. She's basically my second mother, and I'd follow after everything that she did. So when she first found her liking for theater, she constantly talked about how beautiful it was, and she'd start memorizing monologues and perform them for me. After watching how amazing she did, it influenced me to do the same. I started paying more attention in drama class, which is where I learned about musical theater. My school announced that we were going to be holding a school play called Into the Woods, so I auditioned and got casted the role of the witch. Without my sister, I probably would have never even taken a liking in theater, and I have her to thank for giving me the opportunity. If I could create a dream job for myself, it would be Broadway actress, theater teacher, entrepreneur. A dream of mine has always been to be able to perform on Broadway. To act on that stage is literally an actor's dream. But now that I'm older, I've taken a liking to designing clothing, and I think it'd be super cool to be able to make my own line or design costumes for theater. But I know in my heart that I want to be able to share my love for theater, and I want to be able to teach younger kids how to express their feelings and teach them how important theater is. I also want to be a good support system for students and help them find their passion, which I feel is so important. Although these are big dreams, it forces me to continue to work harder and keeps me motivated to keep reaching for the stars. I hope this shows you a bit more of who I am, and I know that I'll be able to show you my full potential if given the opportunity. Thank you. So, The day after I turned 18, I kissed the folks goodbye, got on a Cherise bus, and headed for the big bad apple because I wanted to be a rockette. Oh yeah, let's get one thing straight. I never heard of the red shoes. I never saw the red shoes. I didn't give a fuck about the red shoes. I wanted to be a rockette because a girl from my hometown, Luella Heiner, had actually gotten out and made it in New York. And she was a rockette. Well, she came home on Christmas and they threw her a parade. A goddamn parade! I twirled a baton for 2 hours in the rain. Unfortunately, though, she got knocked up over Christmas. Merry Christmas! And never made it back to Radio City. That was my plan. New York, New York. Except I had one minor problem. See, I was ugly as sin. I was ugly, skinny, homely, unattractive, and flat as a pancake. Get the picture? Anyways, I got off this bus in my little white shoes, my little white tights, my white little dress, my ugly little face, and my long blonde hair, which was natural at the time. I looked like a fucking nurse. I had $87 in my pockets and 7 years of tap and acrobatics. I could do 180-degree splits and come up tapping the Morse code. Well, with that kind of talent, I figured that the mayor would be waiting for me at the Port Authority. Wrong! I had to wait 6 months for an audition. Well, finally the big day came. So I showed up at music hall with my red leather tap shoes and I did my little tap routine. And this man said to me, "Can you do fan kicks?" Well, sure, I can do terrific fan kicks, but they weren't good enough. Of course, what he was trying to tell me was, it was the way I looked, not the fan kicks. So I said, "Fuck you, Radio City and the Rockettes, I'm gonna make it on Broadway." Well, on Broadway, same story. Every audition, I danced rings around these other girls and I'd still find myself in the alley with the other rejects. Well, after a while, I caught on. I had eyes. I saw what they were hiring. I also sent my dance card once after an audition, and on a scale of 10, for dance, they gave me 10. For looks, 3.